There is a system that is found in Tibetan medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, that classifies herbs according to different levels of functions. And these systems are in agreement. It's a system of 4 levels. And the first level is said to be the use of medicinal plants for healing diseases. And that's considered the lowest level. Now, of course, if we're suffering, that's not an insignificant level at all. We want to be free of suffering. But it is taught that that is only the beginning, the first level of purpose of the plant medicines. And that is to remove the obstacles of illness and pain and inflammation so that we can go to the next level. And the second level is prevention. So prevention is considered a superior level above treating illness. Treating illness is complicated, but long-term prevention keeps the illness away, or it makes it easier, and it makes it easier to treat when it happens because we are already stronger. We're accustomed to using herbs, and the herbs work better because they have been nourishing our vitality and prana for a period of time. So prevention is a superior level of using herbal medicine. But then there is the level above that. And that's the question of why do we want to prevent illness? What is the goal of preventing illness? And the superior level above prevention is accomplishing the goal, which is longevity. Now, this is not just living a long life so that we can do whatever we want, but it has very specific definitions. In Ayurveda, it is said, long life with freedom of the limbs and clarity of the mind, full cognitive powers. So in other words, we want to have long life, but we want to be highly functional. And of course, this is a real issue with modern medicine, is that we have extended the length of life at a great cost to quality of life. So this is the level above prevention, or specifically the goal of prevention. And then we come to the final level, the highest level. And this is defined very clearly as being enlightenment. The purpose of all of these other levels of herbal medicine are all to support a spiritual goal. And that spiritual goal is defined in different ways in different cultures, using different words. It could be enlightenment. It could be self-realization. It could be illumination. It could be immortality according to the Taoists. It could be moksha according to the Vedas, which means emancipation from bondage to the senses. So there is a ultimate level of herbal medicine. And again, the lowest level is treating illness. The level above that, preventing illness, with the goal of longevity, but not just any longevity, longevity with a happy, healthy, functioning body and mind, and the ultimate purpose to use that healthy, happy, functioning body and mind for achieving, accomplishing, realizing an ultimate spiritual goal. Now, let's return to this idea of an inner landscape. The inner landscape is depicted in many different ways. As a matter of fact, the system of the chakras, if we go back historically and look at the classical paintings in the iconography of the chakras in the old traditions, what we see is that they are actually representing an internal landscape. And this is especially clear in the Qigong and Taoist alchemy depictions that actually show the body as containing a landscape. And at the bottom of the body, in the lower abdomen, it shows that there is earth in the form of a farm. And people are cultivating the soil. And that means that they are preparing the soil to grow the vitality that will be used for the alchemical process of refining consciousness. And so the alchemical processes begin with this idea of an inner landscape that we are cultivating to create an abundance of Jing, essence, the reproductive fluid, the fertility, and that is the basis of spiritual growth. It is the basis of our creativity. It is the basis of our longevity. And so when we think of this practice again and return to it, then we can think about this concept of an inner landscape and understand why the element of earth and the element of water in this part of the body were given deified forms, both masculine and feminine, and the water was represented as a god or a goddess. The soil was represented as a god or a goddess. The best example, the most common example, earth element was represented as Ganesh, an elephant. So let's continue now. And if you have it, you can use the fragrance of the earth, vetiver. This is distilled from a root that goes very deeply into the soil, and it smells like soil. So let's continue, and now we will make our first offering, and this will be fragrance of the soil. So sit comfortably, close eyes. Feel the body as a container. Feel the body as empty space, but as a container. And feel all the organs in the container as part of an inner landscape. And so feel the lower abdomen. This is closely associated with earth, which is why the first chakra is connected to earth, and why Ganesh is connected to the earth element. It's because the lower body is associated with the nutrients of the earth, primarily through excretion and the microbiome of the colon, as I mentioned. And so we are going to make an offering now to the earth element. Focus, feel the body, feel the inner landscape, and feel that the lower body is the origin of the nutrients. We don't assimilate very much nutrition in our mouth. The nutrition that we eat comes from the earth, and we assimilate the majority of the nutrients through the large intestine. And therefore, our rejuvenation process, the building of the body, is coming primarily from the lower part. Focus on that for a moment, and then if you have the vetiver oil, you can take a drop, put it on the fingertips, and inhale it. Breathe it all the way down to the lower body, and enjoy the aroma of the earth. But we can make this an offering. We can make this simple process, this act of smelling an oil, we can transform it into an inner ritual of offering. And so we are inhaling the vetiver oil, sending it to the lower part of the body, and we are sending it specifically to the intelligence of rejuvenation that is in the soil, that is part of the cosmological intelligence inside our body. Inhale the fragrance of the earth all the way down to the earth element in the inner landscape. Just make a connection with it. Okay, pause, take a breath, open eyes, and we can rest here for a moment.